is just fantastic. Captain's log, subject 210908.7. I do love red solar grenades. That cute swarm just got atomized, with all that remains being some freckles and a few ginger curls. We shall, of course, keep one or two of them for posterity. I was supposed to be producing a video on Piper Raquel today, but honestly, with the warmth outside bleeding into my room and the amount of time required to properly research the topic, it may well have to be pushed back till Monday, by which time the subject will be dead. But that's fine. I at least then cross a favour off my list. So today, while I'm enamoring to the idea of more wannabe air-quote Karen and air-quote videos, I'm not going to lie to any of you, the idea of what a air-quote Karen and air-quote is supposed to be is starting to lose a considerable amount of meaning. Because of this, we have to work out for ourselves, because we're that kind of person, if the person we shall be addressing today is a air-quote Karen and air-quote or not. And just because we've done 3 videos in 2 weeks talking about potential Karens does not mean that this is in any way a series just yet. But we are afforded an additional opportunity, not only trying to work out if this is a Karen or not, air quotes in there somewhere, but we're also given the opportunity, because this is again derived from TikTok, to mock those on TikTok for being disingenuous, fake news riddled morons. So for the sake of today's potential air quote Karen and air quote, there are 2 completely different stories to tell with the video that we get to watch. One makes the lady look a bit like a Karen, air quote somewhere. The other like a frustrated person that wants to be treated fairly. But without the full context, it is open to interpretation, which in turn leads to, well, what we've got here today essentially. And additionally, this video could very well be a clout-chasing and or clickbaiting TikToker solely done for attention, while intentionally ignoring the very important definition of what a Karen, air quotes, actually is. But also because of the way TikTok works, and based on views on that person's own channel, it's pretty obvious what the motivation was. Hi, you're disingenuous. I think now would be perhaps a rather good time to define what a Karen is. According to Google, which has yet to actually update the definition to include this, and I'm going to read the first 2 for a laugh, a Karen is a member of an indigenous people of eastern Burma and western Thailand. Well, that doesn't seem accurate. So let's get to the second one. The language of the Karen, which probably belongs to the Sino-Tibetan family. Its highly distinct dialects have over 5 million speakers altogether. There is something from that we could in fact transpose onto current year and the current definition when it comes to language and dialects, because most Karens speak utter gibberish. But for the sake of it, there is a slang definition that is underneath. Karen is a pejorative slang term for an obnoxious, angry, entitled, and often racist middle-aged white woman who uses her privilege to get her way or police other people's behaviors. For the most part, this is accurate, but as many people have seen, this is no longer synonymous with middle-aged white women who like to abuse their privilege for whatever reason they want to abuse it. It's just there is a favourable leaning when it comes to white women and their entitled behaviour. So with all of this in mind, we should now play the clip that has garnered 13 million views on TikTok. A video titled Crazy Karens Part 5. Karen missed bus, proceeds to break the window and start crying. No lie, I initially thought that window smash was fake, because it looks fake. But then I realised American buses are not the same as British buses, and our windows are a little different. Now there is a context here, very important context, and you may have noticed it at the end of the video, but I'm going to explain the first interpretation, that Karen was trying to get the bus, air quotes around Karen. The bus driver simply did not stop at the stop, but she was in front of the bus, so made the bus stop, and then hit the window and ran when she realised she was in trouble. And of course by ran I mean waddle. It was quite, well, laughable really. Somebody didn't skip leg day. But after scrolling through the comments, there was something else provided, and it actually made sense with the later part of that short video. Lonely Human 468 pointed out that this person had featured in a fuller TikTok explaining the context elsewhere, where actually she didn't miss the bus, but instead got in a fight with someone on the bus and was asked to leave the bus, but then also wanted the other person to leave as well. She also then continued to argue because she had done nothing wrong, because the woman who was not kicked off the bus had started it. And what you see is the air quote Karen end air quote screaming to get the other person who started the argument also removed from the bus. So if anything, the entire thing was frustration that she was not treated fairly. Now I did some digging and I couldn't find the TikTok in question because TikTok's a mess. But I did find the full 1 minute 10 clip on YouTube, and it does provide additional context but still does not allude to whether or not she was trying to get someone else off the bus as well so she could continue her argument there.
Oh, it's up to me.
Because I got on and she wants to
Oh, we gotta get to work.
Actually, I need work, and I'm like, it's almost.
Man, son of a bitch. Oh my God.
Get off the bus! Get off the bus!
No, you did that. Now you're going to jail.
Hey,
Now you're going to jail. That's not our
You
problem.
can go, man.
Better run.
I mean, really.
Now you can go. She's decided to be an idiot.
Now for the sake of it, let's say for a second she missed the bus and she wanted everyone off the bus, which, by the way, makes 0 sense if she's trying to get on the bus, which means that the original story doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The bus driver is not going to let you on the bus the moment you cracked that rather pitiful excuse for a windscreen. But I could be wrong. I mean, it is the driver's job to keep them all inside safe. You present a threat. The second story, i.e. that of someone having an argument, makes more sense. But I noticed on Reddit and in the YouTube comments and on TikTok, no one seemed to care in favor of being, well, Karen. Let's just laugh at the Karen cause Karen. So I guess we should get to the question. Is this a Karen? And for the third time in 2 weeks, I have to say no. Yet again, it is not a Karen. There are behavioural patterns that certainly do align, yes. But if anything, this is just criminal behaviour because of the broken, pitiful windscreen by the air quote Karen end air quote. Somebody had suggested if I do name this a series, To Karen or Not To Karen, which isn't the worst idea for a playlist name, I'll give you that. But I might need a thumbnail template for it. Anyway, I want to know what you think about this one. I'm going to link all the sources as a pinned comment down below. As a final thing, I shall be streaming on Twitch tonight, more than likely some fishing or murder fun time. I've yet to make up my mind. If I don't see you there, please consider following me there, by the way. I hope you'll have a fantastic day and thank you all very much for listening.